The colony ship Prometheus had crashed 3 months ago on Draken 7, a planet the survey team had marked as uninhabited but hostile. Aiden was only 12 when his parents died in the crash, leaving him alone in the wreckage with 47 other survivors. The adults barely noticed him. They were too busy arguing about rations and rescue signals that would never come to us. Oh, Aiden wandered. The forests of Draken 7 were beautiful in a terrifying way. Crystalline trees stretched toward violet skies, and the air hummed with energy that made his skin tingle. The adults said to stay in the settlement, but Aiden had learned that adults didn't always know best. Not anymore that he found them on his fourth expedition beyond the perimeter. Two creatures no bigger than house cats, scales shimmering like liquid starlight, wings too small to lift their bodies. They were trapped in a hunter's net, the kind the colony had set up to catch local fauna for food. Dragons. Actual dragons. Aiden had read about Earth's myths during the long voyage, but these were real. They chirped and hissed, their violet eyes wide with terror as they struggled against the electronic mesh. One of them, the smaller one with silver-tipped horns, had a wing bent at an unnatural angle. "Hey, it's okay," Aiden whispered, approaching slowly. His hands trembled as he reached for the net's release mechanism. The larger twin, gold-crested and fierce despite its size, snapped tiny fangs at him, but Aiden didn't flinch. "I'm not going to hurt you." The net fell away. The dragons didn't flee. Instead, they stared at him with an intelligence that made his breath catch. The injured one chirped softly, nudging against his hand. That's when the ground shook. She descended from the sky like a meteor wrapped in scales and fury, a dragon the size of a cargo hauler. Her body armored in obsidian plates that seemed to absorb light itself. Her roar split the air, and Aiden felt it in his bones, in his teeth, in the terrified hammering of his heart. The mother. She landed between Aiden and her children, wings spread wide enough to cast him in shadow. Smoke curled from her nostrils. Her eyes, ancient, burning amber, fixed on the human child who stood frozen beside her babies. Aiden should have run. Every instinct screamed at him to flee. But the twins were behind him now, hidden between his legs, the injured one whimpering. If he ran, she might think he'd been trying to steal them. Might think humans were enemies to SO instead. Aiden did something incredibly stupid. He stepped forward and bowed. "I'm sorry," he said, voice cracking. "I didn't hurt them. I freed them. The net, it was from my people. I'm sorry." The dragon's head tilted, studying him with eyes that seemed to pierce through to his soul. Hot breath washed over him, smelling of sulfur and ozone. One massive claw could crush him. One bite could end him. But Aiden didn't move. Minutes passed, or maybe just seconds that felt like hours. Then the injured twin chirped and scrambled out from behind Aiden's legs, limping toward its mother on 3 legs, the broken wing dragging. The dragon's expression changed, softening as she lowered her enormous head to nuzzle her child. The gold-crested twin followed, but stopped beside Aiden, looking between him and its mother. The dragon spoke. Not in words, not in any language Aiden knew, but directly into his mind, a presence vast and warm and utterly alien pressing against his consciousness. "You freed them. You stood your ground. You protected what was small and broken, even from me." Aiden swallowed hard. "They needed help. My kind has watched yours since your metal shell fell from the sky." The presence continued. "We have seen your people argue and fight among themselves. We have seen them set traps and take from this world without asking. But you are different." The dragon lowered herself to the ground, her massive body curling protectively around her twins. She extended one wing, and Aiden saw beneath it a space of warmth and safety. "You are young. Alone. Your pack does not see you." It wasn't a question. Somehow she knew. "Among my kind, when one saves our young, they become clan. You are human, small and soft and brief. But you have the heart of a dragon." Aiden's eyes burned with tears he'd been holding back for 3 months. "I don't understand." "Come," she offered. "Sit with us. Let me heal your pain as you healed my child's fear. And if you wish it, I offer you a place among us. Not as human, not as dragon, but as something between. As family." The word hit Aiden like a physical force. Family. He hadn't had that since the crash. Hadn't had anyone who saw him, really saw him, in so long that he looked back toward the settlement, hidden beyond the crystalline trees. The arguing adults who barely remembered his name. The cold rations. The hopeless waiting. Then he looked at the dragon, at her twins peering at him with curious, trusting eyes. At the warmth beneath her wing. Aiden stepped forward, the dragon's wing enfolded him, and heat sank into his bones. Real heat, not just physical, but something deeper. He felt something change in his chest, like a door opening inside him. The presence in his mind grew stronger, clearer, and suddenly he could sense the twins' joy, the mother's approval, the vast network of draconic consciousness that spanned this world. This will change you, the dragon warned. You will become more, but you will never be fully human again. Is this your choice? Aiden thought of his parents, wondered what they'd want for him. Survival, probably. Happiness, certainly. And this felt right in a way nothing had since the crash. Yes, he whispered. This is my choice. Power surged through him. His skin prickled, tingled, burned not with pain, but with transformation. When he opened his eyes, the world looked different, sharper, more vibrant, threaded with energies he'd never noticed before. The twins chirped excitedly, climbing over him, their scales warm against his skin. The mother hummed, a deep rumbling sound that Aiden realized was laughter. Welcome to the clan, little dragon, she said. You shall be called Aiden Stormheart. And you shall never be alone again. As the violet sun set over Draken. 7. Aiden curled up between the dragon twins, their mother's wings sheltering them all, and for the first time since the crash, he felt like he was home. Somewhere in the distance, the settlement's alarms rang. The adults would notice he was missing eventually. They might even search for him, but Aiden Stormheart, newest member of the dragon clan, was exactly where he belonged.